Welcome to the Rooted Goddess podcast with your host, Leslie Sprague, where we talk all things wellness, woo-woo, life, and everything in between. As a small-town mom of two amazing kiddos, I understand the challenges of what it's like to stay grounded and go after your dreams. My goal for this podcast is to inspire you to root down so you can grow stronger, rise up, and let your light shine bright so you can be the goddess you are truly meant to be. Think of this as your one-stop shop. It's happy hour with a gal pal while getting truthful and heartfelt about taking the steps forward to living your best life. Hi, and welcome to the Rooted Goddess podcast. I'm your host, Leslie Sprague. So today I want to talk to you about the concept of you as an onion. So when we as human beings are, I like to think, similar to an onion. There are multiple layers to us. We have different, and as we go, our layers get built on and added on. So let's start. So when we're born, we start off as this little, I don't know if they call it the heart of an onion, but like the very center. And then as we grow, our onion layers keep adding on and on. And what I want to express to people is that sometimes when we're dealing with something, I like to use the example of somebody coming in for treatment and saying, I want to deal with my back problems. Okay, great. However, what people might not realize is that with an onion, your back problems might be rooted in layer 7. And there might be some other things that we need to shift on the other layers before we can get back to the root of that problem. For example, that might be that your I just lost my train of thought. There might be, your back problem might be some emotional issues that are stored there. And I'll get into like the subconscious of the body in another call, but your body is always talking to you. It's trying to get your attention, and I think I mentioned this on another podcast. I don't remember which one. So, yeah. But your body's always talking to you. So it's up to us to pay attention to what it's trying to say. The book Louise Hay wrote called You Can Heal Your Body has an awesome midsection right in the middle of the book, and it tells you the different, let's say, ailments, what they're trying to tell you, and an affirmation to shift. So it's a great little reference tool. And you know what? At the same time, sometimes they apply for me, sometimes they don't. So as you're going down this journey, and if you have a specific goal in mind or whatever it is, just remember to be gentle with yourself, because there are many layers that we need to work through. And perhaps the situation or issue that we're trying to correct or resolve is rooted deep down in. And when it's rooted deep down in, we want fast results. And this is something that I struggle with too. I like the easy button. And, but yeah, so you are like an onion. There might be certain things that we need to correct or reset or clear before we can get to a specific issue that you may want to deal with. It's all perfect. Things work out in divine timing. And one other thing that I would like to start the thought for you of is your mindset. So for those who, your mindset, and this is something that I struggle with a lot too, but it's much, and I'm going to get into this on another podcast in a little more detail, but your mind affects a lot more than we might think. Have you ever known someone to be the negative Nelly? And when you have, and that person says, you know, oh, well, this happened, this is crap. They're always talking bad about something, someone, whatever it is. But they always seem to attract more of the same thing. Then on the flip side, there's the person who some people describe that they have the golden horseshoe up their butt and they just have luck coming to them. Everything good happens to them. I don't want to say I guarantee you, but I bet that that person has their mindset working for them. And this is key because when we are trying to make shifts, part of that onion is our subconscious mind. So it is the programming that runs constantly without us even thinking. And it might even self-sabotage us when we're trying to make changes. Because with the subconscious mind, it is comfortable with where we are. And when we try and make those changes, it can come up with every excuse not to do it or not to make those changes or implement those changes. So you kind of have to rewrite these patterns. And going back to the relationship with the onion, if this was something that was a belief of yours when you were very young, chances are it's deep in that onion. And you have to do a fair bit of work to get that to shift. So all that to say, be gentle with yourself because an onion has many layers and we're always adding more layers and changing and morphing, and it's a never-ending cycle. Once you get to the spot where you think you're going to go, you're going to have new beliefs and patterns and paradigms to shift. So you might as well sit back and enjoy the ride and think of it as a game. Oh, I didn't notice that thought pattern before. And we're going to definitely discuss more on how to notice these things, but I just wanted to get some wheels turning and get you thinking about our thoughts, that we are a multifaceted onion. There are lots of factors contributing to things. And yeah, just get the thoughts rolling, the ponderings. Hit me up, give me a DM. I'd love to know what you're thinking. If you have any questions, yeah. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for listening, and let me give you a virtual hug, oh, big squeeze, as a token of my appreciation. At the very least, I hope you had some fun while listening, and maybe even learned a thing or two. And bonus points if I got a chuckle out of you. If you liked this episode, it would mean the world to me if you could leave me a 5-star review, or if you know someone who could benefit from listening, share it on your Insta stories and tag me at Leslie's Yoga and Wellness. Subscribe to this channel if you want to stay up to date with new episodes. By doing these things, it helps to get my podcast noticed so that people who need to hear my message are more attracted to it. Please feel free to stop by my website, lesliespragg.com, and grab a copy of my free Mom Self-Care Kit. While you're there, grab a free few yoga classes. Namaste, goddesses. Until next time.